Hello everyone. Welcome back once again in your biology class. This is Nausin and you are watching Educational Support. If you like this video, then share it with your friends, and if you want more videos, then subscribe this channel. In my last video, I was asking, did you know if smooth muscle tissue striated or non-striated? So the answer is smooth muscle is non-striated and involuntary because the thicker myosin filaments don't line up to produce a bundled or striped loop. Consequently, smooth muscle contains no visible striation. This is why it is called non-striated muscle tissue. So the answer is smooth muscle is non-striated and involuntary. Today we are going to learn about smooth muscle contraction and relaxation. So what causes smooth muscle contraction? What is the role of calcium in muscle contraction? What role does calcium play in smooth muscle contraction? So let us the mechanism of smooth muscle contraction and relaxation. There are 9 steps in smooth muscle contraction and relaxation. Steps are detailed in below. Number 1 is calcium signaling. So how does calcium enter smooth muscle cells? A defined feature of smooth muscle cells is their ability to contract. This property reflects the excitability nature of these cells, which allows for membrane potential dependent influx of calcium and the calcium dependent formation of cross bridges between the myosin and actin, the two major contractile proteins that drive the contraction. So the contractile property of the smooth muscle plays an important role in this organ. It allowing dynamic changes in luminal volume. The nature of the calcium signal depends to a large extent on the molecular mechanism which is responsible for generating it. Broadly speaking, that there are 2 major mechanisms by which calcium is raised in smooth muscle. Number 1 is entry of calcium ions into the cytoplasm from the extracellular space via the voltage dependent or voltage independent calcium ion channels. And number 2 is release of calcium from the intracellular source. So influx of extracellular calcium is mediated by ion channels in the plasma lemma membrane. So the most prominent of which is the voltage dependent calcium channel, although a number of intracellular organelles take up and release calcium. The sarcoplasmic reticulum SR represents the largest pool of releasable calcium in smooth muscle cells. Number 2 is calmodulin binding. So at plasma membrane level, calcium binds to calmodulin and activates calmodulin. Calmodulin is the regulatory component of the myosin light chain kinase MLCK, which in smooth muscle phosphorylates the regulatory light chain of a myosin, and prerequisite for actin activated myosin ATP is activity. Number 3 step is MLCK activation. So, activated calmodulin activates the myosin light chain kinase enzyme, and the enzyme smooth muscle isoforms of myosin light chain kinase, that is MLCK, is a calcium calmodulin activate kinase that is found in many tissues, that is smooth, cardiac and skeletal muscle, as well as in mammalian non-muscle cells. So, it is particularly important for regulating smooth muscle contraction by phosphorylation of myosin, resulting in enhanced interaction with actin and initiation of muscle contraction. Number 4 is myosin activation. The activated kinase enzymes catalyze the transfer of phosphorylate to myosin and activating the myosin ATPase. So, in the intact body, the process of smooth muscle cell contraction is regulated principally by receptor and mechanical activation of the contractile proteins myosin and actin. So, myosin and actin energy released from ATP by myosin ATPase activity and resulting in the cycling of the myosin cross bridges with actin for contraction. Thus, contractile activity in smooth muscle is determined primarily by the phosphorylation state of the light chain of myosin, a highly regulated process. Number 5 step is actin binding. So, what binds to actin during a muscle contraction? Activated myosin forms a cross bridges with actin of the thin filament and shortening of begins. So, muscle contraction thus results from an interaction between actin and myosin filament and thus generates their movement relative to one another. So, the molecular basis for this interaction is the binding of myosin to actin filament. It's allowing myosin to function as a motor that drives filament sliding. So, the thin filaments of differentiated smooth muscle cells are composed of actin and tropomyosin isoforms and numerous ancillary actin binding proteins that assembles together into the distinct thin filaments. So, these different filament classes are segregated in smooth muscle cells into structurally and functionally separated contractile and cytoskeletal cellular domains. So, typically, thin filaments in smooth muscle cells have been considered to be relatively stable structure like those in striatus cells. Number 6 step is calcium decrease. So, how is the concentration of calcium ions inside the cell reduced after muscle contraction? The palm is found in the membrane of the sarcoplasmic reticulum. So in some cases, it is so plentiful that it may make up 90% of the protein here. So, powered by ATP, it pumps calcium ions back into the sarcoplasmic reticulum and reducing the calcium level around the actin and myosin filaments and allowing the muscle to relax. The same increase in intracellular Ca+2 concentration that causes an increase in endothelial intracellular calcium concentration to produce EDRF also results in membrane stabilization of the vascular smooth muscle cells to decrease a calcium level and causes relaxation. Number 7 step is calmodulin unbinding. So prolonged presence of calcium in the cell provides for a state of continued partial contraction. Calmodulin releases from the calcium, and the calcium moves slowly out of the muscle fiber and delaying relaxation. Number 8 is phosphate removal. So energy released from ATP by myosin ATPase activity results in the cycling of the myosin cross bridges with actin for contraction. Thus, contractile muscle is determined primarily by the phosphorylation in the state of light chain of a myosin and a highly regulated process. So the phosphorylation of the light chains by MLCK is countered by a myosin light chain phosphatase, which dephosphorylates the myosin light chain and thereby inhibits contraction. Number 9 is decreased tension. In general, the relaxation of smooth muscle is by the cell signaling pathways that increase the myosin phosphatase activity and decrease the intracellular calcium levels, hyperpolarizing the muscle, smooth muscle contraction, and regulate actin and myosin muscle can be mediated by the endothelium-derived relaxing factor, that is nitric oxide, and endothelial-derived hypopolarizing factor, that is prostacyclin. So the endothelium-derived hyperpolarizing factor stimulates the calcium-sensitive potassium channels and ATP-sensitive potassium channels and stimulates potassium efflux, which hyperpolarizes the cell and produces relaxation and causes decreased muscle tension. So removal of CA+2 from the cytosol and stimulation of myosin phosphatase initiate the process of smooth muscle relaxation. I hope you enjoyed this lecture. So keep watching and keep learning. In the comment section, you can tell us was this video is easy, or if you have any doubt, then please put down a comment under this video. Subscribe this video, like and share it with your friends, and also press a bell icon right next to it. And happy watching. To know more about the muscular tissue or any other related topics, then keep visiting educational support. Thank you.